Hello, it is I, the Obsessed Movie Man, and I haven't really done a video in a while, and I don't really have a good excuse, and I apologize for that. There will be a Christmas episode coming up. I want to take the opportunity to actually show off my collection that's in the shooting room for the Obsessed Movie Man. These are just like, kind of like location things that I got over the things from different areas, but also other miscellaneous things, like there's a little cryptozoology the kind of package right there, some baseball stuff. These Pirates of the Caribbean cards that I used to collect, that where you could build little boats, and you'll actually see something else along those lines coming up soon. And I have just all these other things that I got. I got these two New York King Kongs, and they always bother me because King Kong's not that big. There's a Pinocchio that my dad got for me years and years ago when he went to Italy, I believe. Good old Honest Abe. And there is, yeah, you might recognize him from the last Christmas episode. These are all just like movie stuff, so here's my little Universal collection. I wish they would make, this is from Diamond Select. I really hope they make another Invisible Man. I didn't get into collecting a lot of these things when they made one, but I would like them to make another one. I know they can't really do Dracula because of the Lugosi license, but they have some Frankensteins out there. Might want to get the Son of Frankenstein one. Before I get into the Star Wars, I'll show the stuff that's in the back. There's the Rocketeer. There's Sherlock, there's my Arrow and Deathstroke figure right there. I would love to make a Killer Frost, maybe, because I'm a big fan of that killer character, both in the comics and the show. My NECA Christopher Reeves and Michael Keaton. Yeah. I was going to say Superman, Batman, but I just stopped right there. And, okay, I'll get to the Star Wars right here. So I started collecting the Star Wars about a year ago now. And I just pre-ordered a Princess Leia. I would like to get Obi-Wan. I think it's a little too late to try and snag Yoda and R2-D2 because they're really expensive. But there's Rey, BB-8, and Phasma. There's Han Solo that I found for a pretty good price. Kind of looks like Harrison Ford. Yeah? No? Maybe? Chewbacca I just picked up on Black Friday for $20. So that was a great deal, I thought. This is at a comic book shop where they had the Episode 4 Chewbacca. But it took forever to get that blaster thing in his hands. It's Luke, little, I don't know what to think of that face. It's okay. But we have Darth Vader. He looks a little sad though. In this, like, why isn't Luke not accepting me as his father? I don't know. I got one Star Trooper. I don't really need to get a whole bunch. And there is Palpatine. Do it. I got Schwarzenegger, Terminator, Predator. It's hard, and the alien are hard to stand up, and somehow I messed up the little decorations around his neck. I don't know how, but apparently they're not where they're supposed to be. Got my favorite version of Jason from Part 6, and I got Freddy with some little accessories. There's Ripley. I didn't really think about getting Aliens Ripley, because, I don't know, I know people tend to think of Ripley from Aliens, but I also think of this because I kind of prefer Alien to Aliens, and it comes with Jonesy. I do have the Arkham City Harley, and I do have an Arkham collection, which you'll see. But I don't stack this Harley with them. I'm not a fan of this Harley design, but this is technically the first Arkham figure I ever received, so I still hold on to it. I do have Bane, though, which I'm a fan of this Bane. I have these 66 Batman figures. I couldn't really find any other ones, but it would be cool to have, like, a Riddler or Batman, of course. There's Khan from Space Seed. And I love this Sally. I'm not really sure how I'm going to get the other Nightmares. I want to try and see if I could get a NECA Jack, because I've heard horror stories about the Diamond Select Jack Skellington, but here is this gorgeous Sally. Now this is what I call the Shelf of Awesomeness. The Shelf of Awesomeness is just like some props or nostalgic things, or I'm not sure really what qualifies it to be on the Shelf of Awesomeness, but right at the moment there's not really any space. So here is a 1993 Jurassic Park T-Rex that I have, and like this little Jurassic Park section right here, and yeah, you just squeeze on the neck and there you go. Ah. And I have a little Jurassic World Barbasol can that came out obviously when The Lost World came out. No, Jurassic World. These two Raptors right here, and the Jurassic World Jeep. That's technically the Jurassic Park Jeep. And okay, so I got these two figures I got from the Hobbit, and there's also the One Ring is in there, and it's silver. I never really thought to just... I never got around to get the gold one because it just came in silver. I never thought to get the gold to tell them they got the order wrong, so it's just the silver one. But I don't really care. It's it has the engravings on it and everything, so it's fine with me. Maybe one day I'll try and see if I can get a gold one again. Now here's the Harvey Dent Two-Face coin. I have a regular Harvey Dent one. This came with Movie Masters Two-Face. And when I was talking about the pirates up there, I got this. This is the Black Pearl. It's the cursed Black Pearl. It's translucent, and there was only one more card deck of the Pirates cards left, and sure enough, I didn't even know there was a contest for the Black Pearl. Sure enough, it was in that one package slip, and so there it is. I have these Pokemon cards that mean a few things that mean a bit to me, even though I'm not a big Pokemon fan anymore. And I also have the Tiger Electronics Pokedex, and it still works, believe it or not. I never changed the batteries. And I have like the Mew card, Mewtwo, Entei, and Lugia in there. So this is the Black Series. I say a lot. I apologize. The Black Series Millennium Falcon right there. Now here is, I love this cup. It's a Haunted Mansion cup. And here's some games. Right here, Rogue Leader and Godzilla Destroy All Monsters. Godzilla Destroy All Monsters, one of my favorite childhood games. This is the Mask, a replica of the Mask from, well, the Mask. Mask. I got this in New York when I went to see Phantom on Broadway. Here's a replica of the Bela Lugosi Dracula ring, and Lego Homer Simpson, and some Wizard of Oz statues. Unfortunately, the Scarecrow's missing his hand that holds his diploma. Now here's the papier-mâché musical box with the figure of a monkey. It actually plays the song from the musical, and the cymbals move. Now this is the Claude Ray, a replica. I'm blanking on the name right at the moment where I got this. I'll put it in the video. Where this is a replica of the Claude Rains Phantom Mask, and it doesn't really fit as well as I'd hope. Like, it causes one of my eyes to squint to. I can't really see out one of the eyes, but it's still really good to have on display. I don't remember where I got this Cogsworth, but I had it for so long as I can remember. Probably when the Beauty and the Beast movie came out. Got these at Universal Studios, Chocolate Frog, and I have two of these because my sister gave me hers. She didn't need it. This is for Ravenclaw and for Slytherin. And for one who was for years wanting to try this Chocolate Frog and imagining what it would taste like, I have to say I was a little disappointed. It's too much chocolate, too much milk chocolate. I couldn't deal with it. This is a remnant from a bygone age. This is a Blockbuster DVD for Holes, and Holes is in there, but I wanted to hold on to this. Now, why didn't I return it? Moving on! So, here are some Nintendo 64 games. I don't own a 64. I'm borrowing, as my neighbors, Will. I'm borrowing his 64 console, and I've been playing these games. They're really fun. So I never grew up with the 64. Oh, sorry, you'll see him soon enough. I never grew up with the 64, but I always got to see my friends play it. And I found GoldenEye for a very cheap price, and I love that game now. And Pokemon Stadium, that's pretty fun too. These Anchorman trading cards, and C-3PO and R2-D2. Here is Anakin Skywalker, how he should be in Return of the Jedi, the Sebastian Shaw Anakin. Oh well. Crystal Pepsi. Now, here's something you should know about me. I have gone almost 4 years without drinking a soda. If you've followed me for a long time on YouTube, which, first of all, what's wrong with you? But you might have known I was a little overweight, and that's because of in my earlier videos, and that's because I drank a lot of soda, but I've stopped. Now, I did take a small sip of the Crystal Pepsi, but I didn't really drink it. And so I gave the rest to my sister. And there it is, just something to put on display. But the Ecto Cooler I have had, which was an amazing drink. I'm sad that it's gone. I don't know, I didn't see the new Ghostbusters, but I did welcome this comeback to Ecto Cooler. Here's a picture of Walt that I have, and the Catwoman Batman. Behind this, you can't really see it. It's a big Bigfoot imprint from Bigfoot footprint from the Jack Link's beef jerky. And I didn't have the jerky, but I just took the foot, and it's holding up a lot of these stuff. Here's a replica I also bought. It's of Kryptonite from like the Superman movie. It doesn't look exactly like it, but it glows up. So if I could quickly find there we go. So it's been a year since I teased the Superman review, and I'm gonna get to that. Don't worry, I will. I have been working on a script. This is the Darth Vader helmet that I purchase also. It's not like a fancy one, but I still like it a lot. I'm already gonna work on a Darth Vader costume for Halloween. Now, moving on down here, it's just kind of an assortment of other random stuff. Like, there's the two bobbleheads that I've talked about in past videos. There's Bride Frankenstein, a Captain Phasma bobblehead, and a Joker. I have these two Ghostbusters figures. I would get at least a Janine, because I liked her from the cartoon, and from the movie, but I don't really have any room, and I don't really, again, don't have enough room to get the other Ghostbusters, but if I had to get one, I had to get my favorite, which was Egon. Here's some of my Godzilla collection. I have a whole bunch of other Godzilla stuff, but these are like the NECA figures, even though this one was from Japan. Now, these are all the NECA ones, aside from the Burning Godzilla, which is basically just this, but with a repaint. I kind of want to get Shin Godzilla. I'm on the fence. I love the GMK one. Like, this is just terrifying. And I do have some turtle figures, and I used to have the G1 turtles, but I don't anymore. You may be wondering, okay, why do I have figures from Out of the Shadows? That movie was not good. Well, the reason why is, one, I need some in scale. Two, the original figures are a lot now. Depending on what kind of condition you want, they're worth a lot now. And also, there's better articulation for poses on these ones. Like, say what you will about... I do actually want to replace this Casey Jones, though, if I could one day find a good in-condition Casey Jones from Generation 1. But, like, this Foot Ninja is really articulated. This is the look that I want, but this has a lot more articulation. There's never been a real good Shredder figure, in my opinion. I saw the NECA one, I saw the prices it's going for, I probably won't be able to get it. But this Krang I was happy with, because if you wanted Krang in this body for... The Generation 1 is a lot. The Krang from the new TV shows I had for a while, but I didn't like it. The Bebop and Rocksteady I had Generation 1s, but I don't like the lack of articulation. I would like to get more from the new series, but it's cool to also have the NECA. I mean, the original comic Turtles. And I do like comic Shredder, even though he's a keychain. And right here I have... This is when the first Star Trek 2000... What was it, 9? I don't even remember. Star Trek movie came out. That's Enterprise from that. Playmates did that. They never did any more Star Trek toys for the movies. And it does have some sounds and lights. There's Bruce, or Jaws, the DeLorean. 66 Batmobile, man, that's dusty. I have some other stuff right here. Venom won't stand up. This is by far the best Venom figure that's ever been made. There's a lot of accessories that come with it. Ultron's right there, a Dilophosaurus, and some other stuff. This is a Tommy Lee Jones Two-Face coin, a Green Lantern ring that I have, and this is just the Harvey Dent coin unscarred. And this is just a little Batman symbol. Now right here, you heard him already, this is BB-8. I did get this at Target last year, and it's so cool how he moves around and makes sounds. And it's like he is alive. It's really cool. He's smaller than the movie, but still really cool. This is a little Dracula postcard thing, and I think I mentioned that before. And this is also the Bela Lugosi autograph that I have framed, and the letter he... Not the Bela Lugosi Jr., I apologize, and the letter he wrote. Now also, I got recently an autograph from Kevin Conroy at the Long Beach Comic Expo, so that was really cool. I don't tend to really collect these Funko Pop, so if there's one that I really want, I would. The Harley one was probably unnecessary, but I did want the Gene Wilder, Willy Wonka, and the Anthony Hopkins, Hannibal Lecter. Now these, I'm not sure if I've ever shown them off, these are drumsticks signed by John Stamos right here. And I do have another autographed picture, like Jack, all my best, John Stamos. I did have an autographed John Stamos doll from Full House, but I gave that up. This is an autograph from Tara Strong for Arkham City, and what's this? Amazing Fantasy number 15? Why is that? That sounds so... Oh my god! So this is not the actual print copy, but this is a reprint, and it's signed by Stan Lee, which I waited 2 hours in line to get. So that's right there. Now here's a Harry Potter one I got at Universal. Now here's something that I made. There are two things. One, that's the Count Viggo-Stein castle, which you see whenever there's a Count Viggo-Stein review. I might make that into a series. But I made this crow because I'm a big fan of Mystery Science Theater 3000. I didn't give him any arms, but I really like how this came out. It's just a water bottle, tin foil roll, paper dishes, and a cup, and some kind of cover to a box of pens, tinfoil again, and ping pong ball. So I actually I like how he came out, and I would one day want to make a Tom Servo. Now here's Herbie the Love Bug I've had since the movie Fully Loaded came out. Here's a Phantom of the Opera mask. Now here comes some more action figure collection, which this will be the last thing you'll see for this collection video. And I tend to make these are where I spend a lot of my time collecting things. So this is just kind of like a whole bunch of random figures put together. Not necessarily Avengers, but I didn't really have any other place to put them. There's like some Guardians right there, as you can see. There's Ghost Rider, Daredevil, Punisher, Spider-Gwen, Iron Fist, Spider-Woman, Ben Reilly, and so forth. And here's my DC collection. I would love if I had another shelf where I could just put the icons somewhere else. These right here are called the icons. And I would have another shelf for the animated series, because the animated series ones aren't the best in articulation, but I like putting them on display. They're really cool to look at. Can't wait for them to do a Mr. Freeze and Two-Face, because they're my two favorite villains from the show. And here's some icons. I don't really know how far I'm going to go with the icons. Probably mostly collecting the Batman ones, unless there's another character that I like. But I spend most of my time with the Marvel, so these two that you're going to see are my favorite group. But this is probably my favorite group, the X-Men one. And I wasn't even going to do an X-Men selection until I started getting to the comics, and boy, did I get into the comics at the right times, because there was a fantastic wave that came out. You'll see almost all of them in here, aside from Havoc. Like, there's Rogue, and Wolverine, Nightcrawler, Iceman, and Kitty Pryde, Colossus, which I was hard to find, but I really wanted Colossus, especially after seeing Deadpool. Speaking of Deadpool, he was really hard to find. I'm glad I got him. Beast, Cable, and I put Mystique and Magneto in some kind of seductive pose right there, and the Juggernaut! Bitch! And here's the other one that I like a lot, the Spider-Man collection. Almost fell down. Here he is holding a pizza, and there's Black Cat, Venom, Electro. Jameson didn't come like this, really. He came with this head, but he was mostly a chameleon figure. And I was torn on how I want, and he also came with a Hammerhead head. Hammerhead head? Okay. But I didn't know if I was torn between displaying him as Chameleon or Jameson or getting another Chameleon. But I decided to just keep him as Jameson, because I thought it would be funny. As like, Parker, or Spider-Man, or both of you, whatever. There's Kraven the Hunter. Carnage was a difficult one to find. So was Sandman. I just got him recently for a very good price. So I'm not going to do like the Sandman Build-A-Figure, because I love how he looks, and I don't think you can beat that. And the Rhino was the very first Build-A-Figure I made. I decided I wanted to get the pieces. So I didn't get all the figures, but I would go for the pieces on eBay, but also some figures. Shocker I really like, even though he has a gimmick on him where he can vibrate or whatever. Dr. Octopus was really cool to have. And I think I mentioned Venom. Electro I got at the convention. Now, moving to... Okay, here's my villain collection, and it's not that big. I mostly really like the heroes a lot more for Marvel, whereas DC I like the villains a bit more. It's really interesting, but here's what I have for the Marvel villains at Bullseye. I put Wilson Fisk down there just because there wasn't room in the Spider-Man one. And I think it works, because he's not just exclusively a Spider-Man villain, you know, Daredevil and some other people. The Red Skull, there's Dr. Doom, Ultron, Baron Zemo, who I wanted to get after Civil War, and Loki. Now, moving on, here's the Avengers collection. So, I do have this was out of the ones this is probably the first Marvel Legend I ever got, even though I didn't know what Marvel Legends was. It was Nick Fury. So I put him there. Here's Iron Man. This I found for $10. This is Series 1 Captain America. I found him for $10. Yeah. I got amazing... This is the first appearance, Spider-Man. I put him in there. Black Widow, Vision, Scarlet Witch, Black Panther. I did put some movie figures in there, just because either the comic version was too hard to find or too expensive, and also because I like the look of the articulation on the figures more. And so there's Hawkeye. I was tempted to get a Cumberbatch Doctor Strange to put into here, but I don't know. I want a new update on the comic Doctor Strange with the classic colors. But that would be cool. But I still like this one. There's Thor, Wasp, Hulk, which is not, as you can see, he's not a Marvel Legends, he's a Diamond Select, and there's Thing. And now, last thing I'll show is, actually, hold on, I'm gonna cut the video for a second. There we go, okay. So, I needed some light there, and it's not really helping all that much, is it? But here's my Arkham collection. This is where I really started collecting. It was with the Arkham figures. So let me actually just start right here. Let me see how would this work a little bit. Kind of. This works a bit better. Here are like the allies and heroes, and I know Joker, Red Hood, and Harley and Quinzel are in there. Shouldn't count, but I don't really. Honestly, I didn't have enough place to put them all. Harleen can't stand well, unfortunately, and I can't get her to really hold the clipboard anymore. But it's still good to have a Harleen Quinzel figure because I love the character so much. Jason Todd, Red Hood, and by the way, there might be spoilers in here for Arkham Knight if you haven't played it yet. And there's Commissioner Gordon. The thing I sold my Arkham Knight Batman figure because it just wouldn't stand up, and I don't like the proportions. And there's a problem with the proportions on the Commissioner Gordon figure, where like the legs look longer than the torso, or like too longer than the torso. It's weird, and so I kept the Arkham City Batman, even though the Arkham Knight figures are bigger than the City ones, which is weird, and also throws them out of. If you have the other figures, it throws them out of proportion. So there's Tim Drake Robin, Dick Grayson Nightwing, Azrael, Talia, there's Arkham Knight Catwoman. Now here are the villains, which is I really like, even though one would say why didn't I put Mr. Freeze with the allies, because in the games he kind of is, but I don't know, he looks better in here I think. So we're starting off, Mad Hatter, Penguin, and also this is why I don't have Arkham City Harley in there, because I was so glad they put the DLC Harley Quinn in there. So she is with my Arkham collection of villains. Two-Face, I unfortunately lost his coin. I moved back, and when I was moving, I lost his coin, and it's a shame. Now there's Hugo Strange and Riddler. Riddler this is my second Riddler figure because I tried desperately getting the cane in his hand, and it broke. His wrist snapped off. So eventually I looked up online. The best way to do it is to heat up his hand, and then once the plastic is squishy, put the cane in there. Poison Ivy is okay. I found out they were going to make an Arkham Knight Poison Ivy, and I was so excited you could get more articulation instead of just like the really bad bends right there in the elbows and knees. But unfortunately, actually there's none in the knees. But unfortunately they canceled the figure for whatever stupid reason. I think it was because no one was ordering her, but come on! Come on! Oh, there's Scarecrow. I liked this look of Scarecrow a lot more than the Arkham Asylum one. Ra's al Ghul, Deathstroke, Deadshot, Mr. Freeze. I have the Arkham Origins Killer Croc because I've heard nightmare stories about the Asylum Killer Croc. There's Hush and Lady Shiva right there, and I put Arkham Origins Bane in there because he was the first Bane I got, and so I decided to keep him there. So that's my collection. Oh, and some movie posters. That's my collection. I'm gonna get some videos out soon, I promise you guys. It's just been a little hectic right now, and in the meantime I wanted to put up a video to show I'm not dead, and also to show off what it's like working in this little area. So thanks, I'll get back to you soon. This is O.M.M. signing out.